The night was cold, and the city lights sparkled like scattered diamonds in the distance. Monica Carter stepped out of her black luxury car, adjusting her sleek coat as she looked up at the Grand Hotel in front of her. This wasn't just any hotel, it was hers. The Carter Grand Hotel, one of the most prestigious five-star establishments in the city. She had poured her blood, sweat, and tears into building this empire. Yet tonight, she wasn't here as the owner. She wanted to experience her own creation through the eyes of a guest, without the special treatment that came with her name. She walked into the grand lobby, her heels clicking against the polished marble floors. The chandeliers glowed softly, casting an elegant warmth over the space. Guests bustled about, some checking in, others sipping on cocktails at the lavish lounge. Monica approached the front desk, smiling at the young receptionist behind the counter. "Good evening. I'd like to book a room for the night," she said, pulling out her credit card. The receptionist barely glanced at her before putting on an obviously forced smile. "I'm sorry, ma'am, but we're fully booked." Monica raised an eyebrow. That was odd. She had personally checked the occupancy rates earlier that day, and she knew there were plenty of available rooms. "Are you sure? I checked earlier and saw that there were vacancies." The receptionist hesitated, then shifted uncomfortably. "Well, those rooms are reserved for VIP guests." Monica felt a strange tension in the air. She noticed the way the receptionist's eyes darted to the hotel manager standing nearby, a tall, middle-aged man with sharp features. He stepped forward, his arms crossed. "I'm sorry, ma'am," he said in a firm tone. "We have a strict policy. We can't accommodate walk-ins at this time." Monica felt the weight of his pause. Something about the way he looked at her, the way he subtly assessed her appearance, sent a wave of heat through her veins. She wasn't wearing anything flashy, just a simple yet elegant outfit. But she could tell. She had seen this treatment before. "Is that so?" she said, keeping her voice calm, though her patience was wearing thin. "So, if I were to book online right now, would I still be denied a room?" The manager's lips pressed together. "Ma'am, I'm going to have to ask you to leave." A slow, amused smile spread across Monica's face. She could feel the eyes of nearby guests turning toward the unfolding scene. "You know," she said, tapping a perfectly manicured nail against the marble countertop, "I always wondered what kind of experience my guests have when I'm not around." Seems like I got my answer. The receptionist looked confused, but the manager's expression darkened. "Excuse me?" Monica took a deep breath and pulled out her phone. With a few quick taps, she called a number. "Security? This is Monica Carter. I need you in the lobby." Now, the manager's face turned pale. The receptionist's eyes widened. Guests whispered amongst themselves, confused but intrigued. "Monica Carter?" the manager stammered. "That's right," she said, tucking her phone away. "As in, the owner of this hotel. The one who signs your paychecks." The silence that followed was deafening. The receptionist's face drained of color. The manager, who had been so dismissive moments ago, now looked as though he wanted to disappear. Before he could scramble for an excuse, 2 security guards arrived. "Ms. Carter, what's the issue?" one of them asked. Monica turned to them, her voice even but authoritative. "This man just denied me service at my own hotel. And something tells me I'm not the first person he's treated this way." The security guards exchanged glances before looking at the manager, who was now sweating under the pressure. He tried to stutter out a response. "Ms. Carter, I didn't recognize you." You thought what?" Monica interrupted, her voice sharp. "That I didn't belong here?" The manager opened his mouth, but nothing came out. The receptionist looked down, as if trying to make herself invisible. Monica shook her head. "I built this hotel to be a place of luxury, but also of respect and dignity for every guest. And yet, you took it upon yourself to decide who was worthy of staying here. That's not how I run things." She turned to the security guards. "Escort him out." The manager's face turned beet red. "Ms. Carter, please, this is a misunderstanding." "No," Monica said firmly. "The misunderstanding was thinking that you could get away with this. I don't tolerate discrimination in any form, and I certainly don't tolerate employees who embarrass my business." The security guard stepped forward, and the manager had no choice but to accept his fate. As he was led out of the hotel, Monica turned back to the receptionist, who looked terrified. You, Monica said, her tone softer now. I want to know something. Has this happened before? The young woman hesitated, then slowly nodded. Yes, ma'am. He's turned away other guests before. Monica's jaw tightened. She had a lot of work to do. But for now, she turned back to the front desk. Get me a room, she said simply. The receptionist, now eager to make things right, quickly typed into the system. Yes, Miss Carter. Right away. Monica took her room key and exhaled. As she walked to the elevator, whispers filled the lobby. Some guests nodded at her in admiration. Others simply looked stunned. She didn't care. She had made her point. That night, as she lay in the plush comfort of her own hotel suite, she made a decision. The next morning, she would personally oversee a full staff review, ensuring that no guest was ever made to feel unwelcome again. Because no matter how successful she became, she would never forget where she came from or the battles she had fought to get here. And neither would anyone else who had just witnessed what happened that night.